Hi, this is Dan Knapp. We're starting a new video series here where we're helping our membership understand who our leaders are and who our other fellow members are. We're starting today with Steve Schrodt. Steve works at Nebraska Furniture Mart, and he has been our volunteer leader of our membership committee for the past 2 years and has just recently accepted a third term as our leader. So good morning, Steve.
Morning, Dan. Thank you for having me
Yeah.
on your first video blog.
You are welcome. You're welcome. The intent here is just to learn about you. We all know that you're a fantastic appliance salesperson and you're an active member. So we want to know who Steve is. Why don't you tell us a little bit about you? Where'd you grow up? How'd you get into business?
Well, I grew up in south central Iowa on a farm and moved to the city in the 80s during the farm crisis when things went south, and we've been in the Des Moines area since the mid 80s.
What town?
And grew up in the little town of Murray, Iowa, which is just west of Osceola, which more people know Osceola than Murray.
Sure.
But grew up down there, went to school down there, and moved to the city in the 80s with my wife and at that time one child. Now have two grown children and two grandchildren. My oldest son is actually running for the city council seat or for the school board seat in Waukee this year, which we're awful proud of his accomplishments and getting to that spot. But two kids and two grandkids, and my wife is at home, and have lived in, like I say, in Des Moines since the 80s. I've worked for Nebraska Furniture Mart. Matter of fact, I have my 20th anniversary coming up in November.
Wow, congratulations, that's great.
Been in the appliance business for almost 30 years, so seen a lot of changes.
So what's life like in contract sales at Nebraska Furniture Mart? What's your normal day like?
My normal day, I'm actually in the store 2 days a week,
Okay.
meeting with clients plus every other weekend. So I'm meeting with builder customers, builders themselves. And then 2 days a week I'm out on the road, out checking job sites, meeting with potential new customers, new builders, and meeting with existing builders that I have on a daily basis.
Tell us something you love about your job. What makes it special for you?
Well, first of all, I love talking to people. I don't know a stranger, but I love the freedom that my job gives me. The flexibility that my job gives me. If I have something that comes up in the morning, I can take care of that and just work later in the afternoon. So I can do my own, pretty much set my own hours during the week, except for when I'm in the store, of course. But just being able to get out on the job sites, I love going to the new houses and seeing the creativity of the builders and what they have put together, and getting to see all the new houses and meet the people that are buying those houses.
This is really about you, but since you mentioned the store, why don't you? That store is fantastic, isn't it? Wow, what a place.
It is. We opened up a new store March 15th. We changed locations. We'd outgrown our old existing location down between Hickman and Swanson, and moved out to 156th and Hickman in the old Dolls location. We bought that building and refurbished it.
Right.
And it is a fantastic building, state of the art, top of the line, everything in the building, very bright, very huge selection now.
Yeah, it's quite a place. I've not seen anything like that. Having formerly shopped for groceries in that store, it's hard for me to get past that. So tell us something about you that people would be surprised to learn.
Well, I have kind of an interesting hobby that not a lot of people know about, actually.
Okay.
I actually do embroidery design. My wife does machine embroidery.
Okay.
And I actually do design, do embroidery design on. I've got software that I use and create designs for her to embroider.
Interesting. So you'll take an image, a photo, an idea, and you'll create the little black lines that go on
Yep.
the piece that she's going to embroider.
Yep, and the colors and, you know, fill in the design.
Now, is that something that you do beyond just for your wife? Or is that something you sell the services to other people, or?
It's just a hobby at this point. Maybe someday that'll change if I ever retire from this job, but at this point, it's pretty much just a hobby. We do it for friends and family
Yeah.
and things like that, but it's fun.
Is there, I'm imagining like a color by numbers, right? Like you put thread color number 1 in all of these spots. Is it labeled like that, or is it?
The software does that all for you.
Wow.
And you create the design and then put it in the correct order that you want it to stitch out, and send it to her machine, and then she stitches it out.
Oh, she doesn't do it by hand, and
No,
it's all done
it's
by
all
machine?
it's all machine done.
Wow. So what's the most unique piece that you've designed and she's had embroidered? Like people's faces, images, homes, cars?
I've been working on some Halloween designs, and I just finished one that's one of them is a witch that's standing, and she's got lightning bolts coming out of her fingertips on the end of her fingertips. That was the latest one that I just finished.
Oh, fantastic. Well, it's been fun to have a conversation with you. Thank you for being part of our inaugural video, and we look forward to your leadership again next year. Thanks again.
Thank you, Dan.